안녕하세요. 제 이름은 Thea Speicher입니다. 반갑습니다. My name is Thea Speicher. I'm 24 years old and I'm from Ellicott City, Maryland, which is between Baltimore, Maryland and Washington, D.C. My love for Korea has been with me for a very long time, and I hope that you see this more throughout the video. First, I would like to talk about my education. I chose to go to the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, where I graduated with a degree in interdisciplinary studies in 2012. Most of the courses I took while I was there were based around Korean culture and history, and I was also able to take a traditional Pungmul class while I was there, which I really enjoyed. Since then, I have acquired my TESOL certificate, which has helped me learn more about being a teacher in a classroom, whereas most of my experience tutoring or teaching English has been sort of on an individual basis. My very first experience tutoring or teaching English was when I was in middle school. I made friends with a Korean girl who just immigrated. We found it very difficult to communicate, even though we were very good friends. So we really used a English-Korean dictionary to kind of translate for each other. This really shaped who I am and how I felt about learning other languages and teaching English. My first real experience tutoring English came in university when I kind of went to work for myself and started tutoring Chinese exchange students who were at my university, you know, checking their essays, helping them understand reading materials they were using in their classes. Some of my students we were doing conversational classes in which I made my own vocabulary lists, my own tests. So I've had some experience creating learning materials on my own, rather unguided, just by listening to what my student wanted and trying to figure out the best way to teach them what they wanted or the topic that they were interested in. And I think that experience is quite valuable. Currently, I work 2 jobs. My day job is I work for Apple as a sales specialist. So I talk to a lot of different types of people of all ages, of all walks of life, about a lot of different things, whether it be the products that we sell, how to use them, how to fix problems with them. I feel relatively confident when interacting with people. My other experience in tutoring currently is I work for a company called Best Talk Canada, and I'm a tutor with them, and we use Skype as the medium to tutor. All of my students are Korean. Most of my students are under the age of 15. I have had a couple of businessmen as students, and I find them a little bit more difficult because they're a little bit more, you know, on task. They want to learn English and they want to learn it now, and it can be difficult to find ways to help them learn that they're interested in. Whereas children are much more open to activities, much more open to topics. I would say that most of my tutoring with Best Doc Canada is based around textbooks. I have learned how to guide students through using a textbook and learning with a textbook. I've also learned how to match students' abilities with textbooks. I do some conversational tutoring with them, and I find that when we do that, having them choose the topic is usually best, because if they're talking about something they like, they're going to do better. I do guide them with questions through the conversations, but having them talk about something they like is usually best. Personally, I have attention deficit hyperactive disorder, which is shortened to ADHD. When I was in elementary school, it made it quite hard for me to focus and learn effectively. I've always been quite verbally able, so my language abilities, my speaking abilities have always been quite good. Reading and writing for me was very difficult at an early age, and I did manage to catch up, and once I caught up quite quickly. Because of these struggles, I feel that I'm better equipped to work with students who might also have problems with English or problems with just, learning or paying attention in general. I think it's equipped me a little better with ways to help students. Now that I'm older, I definitely have learned ways to cope with ADHD. So I find it really affects my life less and less as I get older. Um, but I'm really excited with interacting with a lot of different kinds of students. In terms of working with Gepik, I'm really interested in experience urban Korean life. Where I was for university, Vancouver was very urban and I enjoyed it a lot. I went there having never visited Vancouver before, knowing nobody there. And I managed to do quite well. And I really enjoyed my time while I was there. So I'm not afraid of going to Korea on my own for the first time and not having been there, not really knowing anybody there. I find that exciting. I find that a challenge, and I'm very adventurous and I like a challenge. So any school that might hire me wouldn't have to really worry about me in terms of getting used to being in Korea. I find that my knowledge of Korean culture is going to help me, and my adventurousness is really going to keep me going. I hope to work with the school soon. If you are interested in having me as a teacher, please feel free in contacting me. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much for your time.